Here on Comic Drake, we usually talk about American comic books and manga, but there's actually part of the medium that is never talked about online or especially on YouTube. That's newspaper comics. And out of all of the characters that have ever graced the funny pages, there's one that really stands out that we're going to take a look at today. His name is Garfield the cat.
You know, the cat that loves lasagna and hates Mondays? That guy. For years, Garfield was a worldwide phenomenon, with TV shows, movies, and a plethora of merchandise.
But today, let's crack open a classic comic theory that you might have missed out on. Is Garfield actually dead? For this, we're going to need to go all the way back to October of 1989 and look at a few strips that make up one giant arc called Alone. You'll see what I mean in a moment.
We begin on Garfield waking up one morning and noticing that it is especially cold. This is followed up by an eerie sensation and a feeling that his house might not be what it appears. Walking into the living room, Garfield searches for his owner John and his fellow pet Odie, but nobody was there. Garfield was all alone. But hey, maybe they're just at the grocery store. So Garfield looks around further, only to realize that this house is much more different than he thought. His home was in shambles. The lawn was overgrown, and it looked like it had been years since anyone had stepped foot inside. Suddenly, Garfield hears a voice, and upon going into the kitchen, he sees that everything is back to normal. Yet when he reaches for the food that John is giving him, everything vanishes. It was just a hallucination. Garfield is angry and exclaims that he doesn't want to be alone. And suddenly, everything was normal again. Relieved, Garfield gives John a big ol' hug, and that's the end? Well, here's the thing. This comic is implying that Garfield is just in denial, as evidenced by this text box. So that calls in many questions. Is Garfield dead? Is he in purgatory? Was the entire series just a dream? Heck, it would explain how John can understand Garfield. I mean, how else could he understand those thought bubbles? Well, the truth is pretty underwhelming. Turns out that this was just a spooky Halloween story for October. Yup. Apparently, series creator Jim Davis states that these strips weren't canon and that Garfield is alive and well. Meh. Personally, I like the theory that this is the aftermath of John going to jail. See, Odie had an original owner named Lyman, who was a regular character of the Garfield strips for quite a while, until he just randomly vanished. When asking Davis about it, he joked that he's dead in John's basement. So, in my opinion, in my headcanon, John killed Lyman, took Odie, and then went to jail, and then Garfield died from not being fed, and this was all just his fever dream. It's not true, but you can't take this from me.
Now, I admit that I am a super overanalyzer, so I'm probably just looking too far into this. But what do you guys think? Is Garfield actually dead? Is it all a dream? Or should we never talk about this theory ever again because it is so ridiculously stupid? Let me know all your comments down there where they belong. But hey, do you want to watch a video about another cat person? Then just click this annotation right here to watch our video on Black Panther. It's not very thematic, but it's the best I can do to beg you to watch another video by using Garfield as a conduit. Also, if you want to see more excellent videos, then feel free to support us on Patreon. We can make these more often and even higher quality. Without your support, this show would not be possible. So thank you very much. But seriously, Black Panther. You should watch it. It's pretty good.